So my name is Pablo Pineda. I come from Spain, the Canary Islands, Tenerife. I am 27 years old and I am currently living here in Antwerp. I've been doing so for a year and a couple of months. And I am studying a master course on fine arts. I've lived in England, Ireland and the Canary Islands, but I never really had an experience of Europe per se, no? Like the continent in itself. And I thought that I wanted to go somewhere where I could feel Europe or what it meant to be European in a way, no? And then there was this opportunity of coming to Belgium, and it was ideal because Belgium is right in the center of it. So I thought, wow, that place must be quite interesting. I wouldn't say that I had difficulties. I would call it more like challenges, and these challenges arise from getting to know a new culture. I was kind of used to the Spanish way, and then you arrive here kind of with that feeling or expectation that things will be more or less the same because, I mean, you're not going all that far away. But when I got here, there are all of these aspects to the Flemish or Belgian culture that I found interesting, to say the least. No? For example, the rubbish bin collection day. In Spain, it gets picked daily, while here it's like that one day where the rubbish truck comes and then it becomes kind of like a thing, as in rubbish for whomever got rid of it. But you know, when you're a struggling artist and you need material, it's kind of like a jackpot. You find all sort of useful things that then you can incorporate in the work and interacting with the city. No, the things that the city doesn't need kind of get incorporated into your work, and then it gets presented through your work. So it's kind of like recycling, like a conversation in a way, you could say. For me, art is a medium through which I try to understand the world around me. Like, it often feels like any minute or any moment something is gonna collapse or it's gonna break or things just don't seem to make sense anymore. I feel like I stand in a place of nowhere, and if I don't know where I'm standing, I don't really know who I am. So what I try to do is pick up these broken bits or leftover things that somehow speak of something, of a past or of a memory, and try to put them together and make like a connection with them, and in that sense trying to then define the moment that we're living in. So that's what I try to do. For example, I don't know if this house at Paardenmarktstraat, no? And last year in January there was this big explosion and this house completely collapsed, no? And this house seemed like an animal. It seemed like something that was alive and had been killed, and you had all of these bits of memories and lives and history that were like just lying everywhere, no? And from there I thought, no, it would be interesting if you just take these bits of like wallpaper that is left in the walls, no? And you start to sewing them back together and trying to make a new thing out of this dead animal. So it's no longer a dead animal, but a starting point, not an end, but a beginning. And with the Northern Lights Parade, I wouldn't say there is a need for it at all. I think people that are hungry need food, and people that don't have a place to sleep, they need a place to sleep, but people don't need the Northern Lights Parade. But I think there is something that is a bit more exciting. I think maybe it's not about needing, but actually proposing. Just because we don't need it, but we can do it. Let's go for it. Let's just do stuff just because we can. Because we have the means, because we have the people, because we maybe have the time. and if we don't have the time, we can make the time. And maybe in that way, then we will stop feeling maybe like victims of our system, and maybe more like owners of the space that we live in and the society that we want to be a part of.